Okay, this is my video to help you understand what you have to do in the reading guide. So I am at home and I have a baby sleeping next to me, and my bigger girl is outside. So I may actually get interrupted a time or two, but that's okay. But I might pause and come back. So if it jumps, that's why. So the reading guides, let's talk about why. Um, we thought a lot about what we want to include on the reading guide and how it can be helpful to you, and here's what we have. The first reason is to help you focus on what's really important in the reading. There's a lot of reading. It's a long book. It can be overwhelming, so we have put together some ways to help focus you on what we want to make sure that you notice. We also want you to remember to do what good readers do. That is, specifically, we want you to think about what you're reading. The third reason is to help you prepare for the summatives we're going to complete later in the unit. And then finally, to help us catch misunderstandings that you may have while you read before they get too ingrained. So let's talk about the first one. I can hear my daughter outside talking to our neighbors. So the first reason is to help you focus on what's really important in the reading. Oh, there's a baby waking up. We have a few things on the very top of the reading guide to help you. Right underneath the list of the readings for the week, you'll see some pay attention to questions. For the first week, what are the laws and rules of Panem? Panem is the country that this book takes place in. You'll learn more about that. And then what kind of person is Katniss Everdeen? So the difference between the laws and the rules for the first question, laws are like official. They're the ones that are in the book. Rules are not necessarily official, but you will be punished in some way if you don't follow them. And there are both laws and rules in Panem. Katniss Everdeen is our main character, so obviously we're going to want to get to know her as we read it. So the objectives are what we want you to be able to do before you finish reading this week's work. So we want you to be able to determine the important features of a setting of Panem and of the character of Katniss. And then we want you to be able to describe the characters and the settings using adjectives, which we'll talk more about in a second. Right underneath those two, you'll see the focus sentences and vocabulary every week. Each week we are selecting a very few sentences, only 5, but they're really key to help you do the work on the reading guide, to help you do the summatives, but also just help you understand the book. So it's really important that you understand every word of these focus sentences. So the ones for this week, number 1, so I learned to hold my tongue and to turn my features into an indifferent mask so that no one could ever read my thoughts. So I have 3 vocabulary in that first sentence. To hold my tongue, my features, and indifferent. Those 3 terms are going to be your vocabulary assignment, and we'll talk more about that on another video. I also wanted to point out the parentheses. The reason those are there is while you are reading, while you are listening. When you hear that sentence, you should note the page number in that space. Number 2, you become eligible for the reaping day the day you turn 12. Again, eligible and reaping are 2 vocabulary words from that sentence. Number 3, in punishment for the uprising, each of the 12 districts must provide 1 girl and 1 boy called tributes to participate. So there we have uprising and tributes, both of which are going to be pretty important for you to talk about the book. Number 4, to this day, I can never shake the connection between this boy, Peeta Mellark, and the bread that gave me hope, and the dandelion that reminded me that I was not doomed. Connection is probably a familiar term for many of you, but it is really important to talk about that connection, so we wanted to make sure there was a focus on that. The last sentence, the awful thing is that if I can forget their people, it will be no different at all. A short and simple sentence, but extremely important to talk about, to understand Katniss, to understand Panem, and to understand what's happening in the story. So now that we've talked about how we're going to help you focus, let's talk about what we're going to do to help you to remember to do what good readers do. So this, I can do it, it's backwards, is a reading journal. And for many of you who've had me before, this is going to be familiar. So on the left side, there's words from the text. You should do one of these entries for each of the focus sentences, but there are 5 focus sentences and 7 places to do the reading journal, so you should choose a couple places from your own. And then what you do with them is what is on the right. And at this point, we have 4 different strategies for you to use. Let's talk about the first one. So the first thing that you can do is ask either a fix-up or a fine-tune question. So sometimes you are just struggling to understand what's going on. If so, you're probably asking a fix-up question. Those are in the red at the top. And those might be you're just asking what a word means, who was there when something happened, what did it look like, really basic what happened kind of questions. I know you're not answering at this point, but even asking them is worthwhile. The ones that are in yellow are you kind of understand the basics and you're starting to deepen your thinking. The ones that are in green are kind of questions that you ask when you do understand what's going on and you're trying to dig into like motivations and meanings. Okay, so here's a couple examples using the first focus sentence, which was, so I learned to hold my tongue and turn my features into an indifferent mask so that no one could ever read my thoughts. Now, I forgot to put the page number, which is bad. You should definitely put the page number. You will be mad at yourself if you don't do it later. So I asked 2 questions based on that. One was, how does her indifferent mask relate to her father's death? So that's in the green area because I do understand this pretty well. And I want to see how those 2 ideas in the text are related. And then what happened to people who couldn't keep up a mask was kind of in the middle area. So you can come up with your own questions if the questions you have don't fit any of the frames, but we do have the frames to help you. Another thing you can do is make a connection. This is always good because making a connection is when you use something that is familiar to you to help understand something that is new. Okay, so you use what you know about your life or another text or about the world to help you understand the new book. And the general structure for that is, this reminds me of something because something. So here's an example with the same question. So this reminds me of meetings I used to go to at my old job, not at this job, because my awful boss would make up all these lies and I had to keep my face straight or else everyone would come and question me after the meeting. So when I was thinking about what Katniss was talking about, this is the connection I made, trying to keep a straight face in these meetings. Another thing that you can do, some of you are great artists, some of you are just visual learners. You can always sketch a visualization and you can do that to help you understand a character or setting or plot. It is definitely not required to be fine art. This is about improving your understanding, but if you're a great artist, that's awesome. Now I cheated a little bit, and you can also kind of cheat. So I can't draw on my iPad. I try to use a little mouse trackpad and it doesn't work at all. So I did go find a picture. The danger is that this is a movie and there are other people's pictures about this movie online. You should not use one of those pictures to show Panem, to show the character. That's not giving a skill for this book. That is just doing a search. So I chose this picture because it showed to me an indifferent mask, right? So if you do choose to use a sourced picture instead of your own drawing, make sure it is like a concept picture, not just a still frame from the movie. Or you can draw this better. So the last one will change out. This week we're focusing on adjectives. So I have a couple separate videos posted where you can learn more about adjectives if this is new to you. But adjectives basically are words that describe nouns. So they describe people, places, and things and ideas. But here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to find adjectives in the book to describe these things. What I'm asking you to do is assign your own adjectives based on the behaviors, words, thoughts, or descriptions. So for example, you can read something and say, is a character unfriendly or are they friendly? Is a place run down or is it new or is it glamorous? Glamorous means very fancy. Abby just asked me that, but it was a really good question. Was an event life-threatening, or was it life-affirming, or was it redeeming? Any of those things are adjectives. So let's look at an example. Same quote, and what I wrote was, Katniss is careful and observant. She is clearly careful to hold her own secrets, but I'm guessing she was observant of others who did and did not do this to learn to do it herself. So I used observant and I used careful to describe Katniss. All right, so another reason we have you do the reading guides is to help you prepare for the summatives, which will be later in the unit. The first one will be in a couple weeks. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be writing journal entries of characters who are not directly involved in the story, but they're consistent with the world of Panem. So it might be a secondary character who's only very briefly mentioned, or it might be a brand new character, but you are writing as that character. So these reading guides should be a resource for you about what life is like in Panem. The last thing that is on the reading guides are the end of week reflection questions, which come from the pay attention tos. So this week it says, whom are the laws and the rules of Panem meant to help or hurt? You need to cite at least one quote to support your answer, and you need to use at least 2 adjectives in your answer. And then what kind of person is Katniss? You cite at least 1 quote to support your answer and make sure that you're using adjectives. We are not trying to catch you being wrong, but if there are some misunderstandings that you have about the book or about the characters, this is a good place for us to find them. So try to give us good, solid answers that show your thinking so that we can see where you're at. Some general reminders. There is going to be a live class period for me every Wednesday during class, but you can ask questions anytime. You can always message me, but I also have a general questions discussion just open. And if you have a question, you should put it in that place if you can, if it's not too private, because I know other people have that question, either that or they will have that question. So it's really important that you are putting it in a place where other people can hear it and other people can share it. And this is, I'm not going to see you, so this is my only way to interact with you, both the assignments and the live things. It's my only way to know how you're doing. So it's really important that those get turned in and you do your best so I'm able to make plans going forward, okay? So I will post the PDF of this PowerPoint if you want to just go through and see what the question stems were later, but otherwise spend a good amount of time on this each time you read. All right, thanks.